Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Yonta pravesha mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjivayata kila shakti dhara svadhamna anyam shahasta charana shravana tvagadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrute yasmin duskar. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you to all devotees here at ISKCON Seattle. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to come again and serve all of you this year. Today and Sunday, we'll be having a two-part discussion on integrated spirituality. One of the common questions I get when I travel is, how do we balance? Balance is the biggest need of devotees. How do I balance my job, my family, my bhakti, my temple services, my spirituality? So, to be able to balance our lives and lead an effective Krishna conscious life, we need to understand who exactly I am. So we are going to have some self-discovery in these two sessions. So generally we say, I am not the body, right? This is very common. I am not the body, I am the soul. So we need to know that there are three parts to our life. First is, we are not the body. What does that mean when I say I am not this body? We will zoom into it and understand how I am not many things. Then once we understand I am not any of these external things, I am not this body, the second thing we will understand is I am the soul. And the third is the dynamic relationship between the soul and Krishna. Unfortunately, we jump into the relationship of soul and Krishna without understanding what I am not. So, therefore, it's very important for us to first understand who am I. Then we will be able to balance our lives. So, we will be discussing this based on Taittiriya Upanishad, which is part of Yajurveda. And it explains very logically, in a very relatable way, how to discover ourselves. Who am I? So very poetically, the Upanishad explains that there are different layers which we have to peel off, which we have to remove and go inside, deep. So this is poetically described to a cave. There are 5 caves which we have to cross, and then we discover I. So this is very, very interesting. See, Vedanta scripture, Vedic scriptures are compared to lion, Kesari. So when a lion roars, all the jackals, wolves, all the smaller animals, they run away. Similarly, when the words of scriptures are resounding, when we discuss based on scriptures, then all the doubts, confusions, which are like wolves, jackals, they flee, they run away, and we get a lot of clarity. For those who study scriptures deeply, their intelligence is sharpened and they're able to balance their life. They're able to focus on the right things and they're able to do their job well, they're able to manage their family better. So therefore, let us not misunderstand the importance of studying scriptures deeply. So we'll study from Taittiriya Upanishad. How? See, these scriptures are a good teacher. Who is a good teacher? A good teacher is one who takes a student from what is known to what is unknown. Right? A good teacher will not speak all bombastic, confusing word jugglery by which the student gets more confused. Scriptures are very powerful because they take us from near to far. They take us from what is to what shall be. They take us from what is known to what is unknown. A poor teacher is someone who will speak in such a way that nobody understands. They just get impressed. Wow. Like I remember the first time I went to one, I was kind of not exactly a seeker, but I was going to different spiritual organizations as a young student. So I remember going to one organization, I won't take the name. I asked this question, who am I? So the answer I got was so confusing. When I came to ISKCON, wow, the car driver, Srila Prabhupada's example was so powerful. See, a good teacher is somebody who says things in such a way that the most unqualified student also understands. So what are the simple examples Srila Prabhupada gave to teach us how I am not the body, I am the soul? Anybody would like to say? What are the most simple examples Prabhupada gave us to explain how I am not this body, but I am the soul? Bird in a cage. This is one of the most common examples. Bird is inside a cage. Cage is like body, bird is like the soul. Any other examples?
My hand, my eyes.
Yeah. Yes, that is one. Car and driver is another one. Prabhupada said, car is not important, the driver is more important. Any other examples you can think of? Coat and the person. The person was drowning, somebody went and saved his coat. These are some very striking examples. So this is what a good teacher does. This is Srila Prabhupada's speciality. I remember before coming to ISKCON, I was part of an organization. And I remember asking many questions in those sessions. So they got tired of me. They said, why don't you wait? Our Guruji is coming tomorrow. He's a very famous spiritual leader. But if he is going to come to this town, and why don't you come there and ask him? So I said, okay, these guys don't know, but their Guruji will know. So I waited. So when that person came, the whole hall was packed. It was 3 times the size of the hall. And I was sitting right in the front waiting for him. He was supposed to come at 7 in the evening. He came at 9. And we were waiting. And when he came at 9, and he walked in, and I was like, okay, I have to ask. He came and sat. And I thought now he's going to speak something or he's going to say any questions. He didn't say anything. He was just looking at everyone. And I thought, okay, when is he going to say something? He didn't say a word for almost half an hour. Just sitting there, closing his eyes, looking at everyone, smiling, then again closing his eyes. He didn't say a word. And I had so many questions. Finally, after I think half an hour of silence, he said one sentence. Wonderful, isn't it? The sound of silence is beautiful. And then again he kept quiet. That just didn't answer any of the questions I had. Then I said, I have a question, Guruji. He said, yes. I said, who are we? What is our identity? Who exactly am I? And you know what his answer was? I don't remember the exact words. He said something like this. He said, I is Atman. Atman is beauty. Beauty is divinity. Divinity is Satchidananda. Satchidananda is grace. In grace there is rhythm. And in rhythm there is harmony. And in that harmony there is oneness. And that oneness is I. Samjha? And when I heard it, I didn't understand anything. And then when he stopped and smiled, everybody said, oh, everybody was in ecstasy. Everybody was clapping. And I thought, what happened just now? I was 25-year-old young man seeking truth, seeking answers. Nothing made sense to me. And when I come to ISKCON and the way they give examples, such simple, logical, a good teacher, that's what a good teacher does. And then if you don't understand, they give you prasad, and the prasad makes you understand everything. So Srila Prabhupada had this amazing way of teaching. I remember, one of our devotees was saying, before Srila Prabhupada came to West, all the Gaudiya Math devotees would refer to Paramatma, the super soul, as overseer or God or the Lord in the heart. But when Srila Prabhupada came to America, he saw that in America, after 1940s, one fictional character was very famous, Superman. So Srila Prabhupada said, okay, there is man and there is Superman. So there is soul and we can have super soul. So how to present the Lord in a way that the people can relate to. Srila Prabhupada is a genius. So at that time, people used to take drugs, the hippies, and that famous drug was LSD. So when Srila Prabhupada started chanting Hare Krishna and he told them about spiritual world, so one hippie asked a question. He said, what is the joy of chanting Hare Krishna? What happens when we chant Hare Krishna? What is that ecstasy like? Srila Prabhupada said, ecstasy of chanting Hare Krishna is like ocean of LSD. They knew what is LSD. So to make them understand the joy of spiritual life, he told them it's like an ocean of LSD. So this is a genius. This is what Srila Prabhupada does. Like at that time in America, all the young men were drafted into the army for the Vietnam War. So there was a draft board which would catch young people and put them forcibly into war. So many youth were scared of what? The draft board. So in one Prabhupada's class, a young man asked him a question, Swamiji, what is spiritual world like? Vaikuntha, you speak about spiritual world, what is it like? The Prabhupada said, spiritual world is a place where there are no draft boards. Immediately the boys could understand. See, when Prabhupada went to America, that time one word was very popular in America. All the spiritual gurus had come, they would speak about a concept called consciousness. Consciousness was very famous. Consciousness expansion is what young men would talk about. And there were many people who would talk about altering the state of consciousness. These are all very popular phrases amongst spiritual gurus in America in 1960s. Divine consciousness was a very popular term. These are very, very common terms. Divine consciousness, altering the state of consciousness, consciousness expansion. And Srila Prabhupada comes to New York and what does he introduce? Dovetailing individual consciousness to supreme consciousness. They are like, wow, this is cool. This is it. So you can understand how Srila Prabhupada knew the pulse of the audience and he could present things like that. So therefore, if you see Upanishads are also like that. They tell you, follow me, follow us. If you want to know who you are, we will move from what is very, very specific, very simple to something more abstract, something more confusing. Because to know who I am is not so easy. It's not some intellectual gymnastics. One has to go deeper. But we have to go slowly, but we have to go deeper. So therefore, this is the first question. So now please understand, today we are going to discuss some theory. And in second session, we are going to discuss practically how to apply these 5 layers or this understanding of the Pancha Kosha in our day-to-day life. Integrated spirituality has 2 aspects. One is theory and one is practical. Generally, people are interested in practical. But practical skills without the foundation of theory is useless. See, because many people ask questions, how? Practical means how? And this is the most useless question because when somebody gives you the answer on how to improve your life, how to balance, that doesn't help you. Because that answer is given by the speaker. But if you know the answer to the question why or what, then you will discover your own how. So instead of giving how techniques, a good preacher will present subject matter in such a way that it provokes in the audience to ask why and get answers to why or what. So we'll discuss who am I, and then once we understand the theory and we understand that there are 5 layers which cover the soul, then you will know how to balance your life. Is that okay? It's very important. You have to pay attention and get this theory, get this concept clear in the head. That I am covered by 5 layers. Who am I? And we say I am not the body means that I am not 5 things. I am not this, I am not Annamaya, I am not Pranamaya, I am not Manomaya, I am not Vijnanamaya, I am not Anandamaya. Once we know what I am not, then I can know who am I. And once I know who am I, then we can have a relationship with Krishna. Is that clear? So first, the Taittiriya Upanishad begins by asking, okay, who are you? Okay, now let us imagine none of you are Hare Krishna devotees. Imagine for some time. If somebody asks you, who are you? Okay, who do you think you are right now? If asked who are you, what will you say? Please consider yourself as an intelligent, young man or woman who is not an ISKCON devotee. See, you come to ISKCON, you will know the answer immediately, right? Who am I? In 6 months, if you're for 6 months in an ISKCON community, you would know answer to all the questions. ISKCON devotees become very smart. But imagine you are not an ISKCON devotee and you're asked this question and you're intelligent, you are seeking the truth. What would you answer if you are asked this question? Who are you? Who do you think you are? What would you say? Be honest. Who am I? What is the answer to this question?
You identify with terms of designations, like what job I do. Or
Yes. You would say, I'm an IT professional. I know somebody would say, I'm a Marwadi. Or if you're a feminist, you'll say, I'm a champion of female rights. Or you could say, I'm wealthy. Radhe Shyam. I am wealthy. If somebody asked me, I remember somebody asked me when I was not in ISKCON, who do you think you are? It was a spiritual question he asked me. Who are you? I remember saying spontaneously, this is me. I am this. What you see, this is me. I remember saying this. Because I didn't know any better. I said, this is me. So the scriptures explain, yes, what you see, this body, this is you. This is I. So the first thing the Upanishad explain is you are the body. We say when we come to ISKCON, we first learn what? I'm not the body. But the scriptures say, you are the body. Of course, then the scriptures will challenge us. But see, as I told you, what does a good teacher do? Good teacher takes you from what is known to what is unknown. Right? So what we know, all of us know what? We know this body. We can feel the pain in the body. We are attached to the body. But the scriptures say, yes, you are this body. So you feel happy. Acha, I know myself. Okay, I am this body. See, this is called Arundhati Nyaya. In India, marriages, in the traditional marriages in India, the girl, at a young age, she would get married. So during the marriage, one of the rituals was to look at the Arundhati star. So Arundhati star, you cannot see. It's one of the many, many stars in the sky. So how do the priest and the parents help the girl see that Arundhati star? They would tell her, you see this tree? Yes, yes. You see that tree? Yes. And you see in between there is this moon? Yes. And then you see on the right side of the moon there is this. So like that they make the girl see the different things which she can see, and from there she is taken to something which is very, very vague. This is also called Shaka Chandra Nyaya. Shaka means branch, Chandra means moon. So the girl has to see the moon. She doesn't know what is the moon. She is told, can you see this tree? Yes. Can you see the branch of this tree? Yes. Can you see this tree? Yes. Can you see the branch of this tree? Yes. Can you see in between these two trees there is something bright shining in the sky? Yes. That is called Chandra. That is called the moon. So how did she see the moon? She first saw the branches of the tree. That is why it is called Shaka Chandra Nyaya. Similarly, how do I discover myself? Who am I? We say, I am the soul. All of us very immediately answer, I am the soul. But we can't see the soul. We don't know who the soul is. So, okay. You can see the body? Ah, you are the body. Oh, okay. Thank you. I understand myself. So that is how we begin. So far everybody is clear? And what is this body called in the scriptures? Body is called Annamaya. Anna means, what is Anna? Food. So this is called food body. What you are seeing right now, this hand, the skin, flesh, this is Annamaya. So when somebody asks, who are you? Who am I? The first understanding is, I am this body. I am Annamaya. Maya means that which is pervaded by. So I am pervaded by food. First, the outermost covering of the soul is this body, food body. That is why It is called Annamaya. One scientist said, what is this body? He said, body is simply food that is rearranged. Food that was on the table, now has gone inside. And it has made this body. So that is what we are, Annamaya. So we are basically product of food. Modification of what we eat and drink. That is Annamaya. And most people, I think all of us know, we cannot think beyond this body. Right? Like one very famous Italian actress, Sophia Loren, she was asked, "Oh, you're so beautiful. What is the secret of your beauty?" And spontaneously she said, "Oh, pasta. The secret of my beauty is pasta." So that's how we are. We connect to the body, the beauty. Everything is based on food. What I eat, how I look. This is Annamaya. So the skin, bone, flesh. So I am the body. This is the first answer to the question, who am I? Annamaya. That is what I am. And we all can relate to this, right? This is a covering. Now the question Taittiriya Upanishad asks is, wait a minute. Are you really this body? Now we go deeper. Please understand, there are 5 caves that you have to pass through and go deeper. And once you go through these deep caves, this is the first cave you have to pass through, the cave of this body. You say, yes, I am this body. Then the Upanishad says, are you getting older? Is the body getting deteriorated? So there are some disturbing questions asked. Childhood to youth to old age. Then you say, how can I be this body? Like that you understand. You know, Srila Prabhupada gave some graphic examples to explain how we are not the body. Anybody remembers? Which is like too strong, but it drives home the point most emphatically. I'm sure when I say this, you all will say, you all know it, but right now you may not be able to remember. You know the story of liquid beauty Prabhupada talks about? One man was madly in love with a girl and she kept refusing his advances. So to teach him a lesson, she said, okay, come and meet me after 3 weeks. I'll give you my beauty. I'll allow you to enjoy me. So he was very excited. So after 3 weeks, when he went to her house, he knocked on the door and she had fasted and she had taken laxatives and she had vomited and passed stool and everything. And she collected all of that in some pots. And when he came home, he couldn't recognize her. She was so feeble and frail. And when he asked her, where is that girl? She smiled and she said, she's in those pots. And that man went and opened the pots. You know, that very graphic Prabhupada story to explain that what is this body? See, what is this beauty that you're attracted to? Please consider the most beautiful woman or man that you can imagine or you know of. It could be anyone. Think of that. Don't imagine the beauty of that person. Just think who that person is. And imagine that so-called most beautiful person that you think is. Imagine this 1 millimeter skin. This much, this flesh from head, from the top to the toe is peeled off. Imagine the most beautiful person you can think of. Imagine this 1 millimeter, this much skin is peeled off from the top to the bottom and kept aside. And then that most beautiful person is standing next to you. You'll say what? Mommy, yeah! In fact, you'll have to stand with a stick to that woman or man because vultures and crows would come to feast on that flesh, that body. So what we're attracted to actually then? We're attracted to this skin. So like this, there are many graphic examples Srila Prabhupada gave. So the scriptures explain. So you are getting older, this body is getting decayed. So how can you be this body? One poet said a beautiful line. I, who was a little boy, playing on the lap of my grandfather, I am now sitting with my grandson on my lap. What has happened? The body has changed. But if you see, all this has happened, but I am the same person, right? I have not changed. There is a book, John Pfeiffer, Human Brain. He says every 7 years, all the chemicals in the body undergo change. So let us say if you are anybody here who is 50 years plus, yes, some of you are above 50. Do you remember something that you did or something that happened to you when you were less than 7 years old? Remember something? Nothing? Some things you remember, right? So how do you remember that? Everything has changed. The body's chemicals have changed so many times. 6 times it has changed. That means something has not changed. So the Upanishad explain, if you are the body, then how come the body has changed so much in the last so many years? But you have not changed. So how this change happened? Body has changed so much. That means you are not the body. You know, when I was a young boy, at Murli's age, when we were playing in India, you know, when we used to play cricket, everybody plays cricket in India, all the young boys growing up. And we are trained to address our elders as uncle or auntie. Namaste uncle, namaste auntie. I think everywhere in India, right? All over, south, north. That person may not be your uncle, but we call them as uncle respectfully. So I remember when playing cricket or some sports, and the ball would go somewhere and some grown-up person would pick up the ball and we would say, uncle, uncle, ball though. Very naturally we would address. So I remember a few years ago, I was walking in the street, crossing the street, and some kids were playing cricket and the ball came to me. As soon as I picked up the ball, I heard shouts, uncle, uncle, ball though. I said, uncle? I looked at the children, I looked at the ball, I looked at myself. Uncle, when did I become uncle? What happened? I mean, I was like them playing cricket and asking for ball from uncles. And now they're saying, uncle, uncle, ball though. ये क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, क्यों हुआ, जब हुआ, तब हुआ. So there's a stanza in that song. हमने जो देखा था, सुना था, क्या बताएं वो क्या था, सपना सलोना था, खत्म तो होना था, हुआ, ये क्या हुआ. So it's all gone, gone. So the Upanishad says, yes, do you know this body? Okay, let us simple. Do you know this body? Yes, to a certain extent, I know this body, right? I feel my body. So that means you are not the body, you are separate from the body because you know the body. That means body is an object, right? You know the body means body is an object and you are aware of the body. You can touch the body, you can smell the body, you can feel the body. All 5 senses can perceive this body. That means the body is drishya, body is seen. And you, the I, you are drishta, you are the seer. The body is jada, matter. You are Chetan, you are the one who perceives this body, you are life. Body is changing, vikari, but you are avikari, you don't change. Right? You see the body, right? Or the body sees you. You look at the hand. You look at the hand, right? Do you ever get the feeling that the hand is looking at you? How weird it would be. My hand is looking. So, the point is body is seen. Body is drishya. So, body is not me. Clear? Law of karma also is that, right? We go through different bodies. That means there is somebody who's going through all this change. Every religion actually accepts law of karma in one sense. Because there is rising from the dead. Every religion talks about life after death. That means something is beyond this body. Anyway, so body is vikari, drishya, and it is jada. So I am not the body. So then who am I? Now we enter the second cave. So we are going through 5 caves. Right? First, who am I? I am the body. Then the Upanishad explains logically how I am not the body. Then who am I? Anyo, Antaratma, Pranamaya. Look deeper and see that, okay, this body is not me, definitely. But you realize that there is something subtle inside this body, which is called life force. All of you experience life force? What pervades this body? What is there inside this body? What helps this body? See, all of you breathe in and breathe out. That life force, that is called prana. In Chinese, it's called qi. So there are different terms, different traditions talk about it. So in yoga, we do pranayam, right? Breathing. So that breath, that life force inside is called prana. And what does this prana do? All of us experience blood flowing through the veins. That is happening because of prana. The oxygen gets assimilated in the blood because of prana. The food that you eat gets converted to energy because of the prana. A lot of activities is happening inside the body, right? A lot of biochemicals are produced. All this is happening because of the life air, the life force inside. And that is called prana. So the Upanishad says, you are that prana. You are that life force. Actually, I come from Udupi, a South Indian town, where Hanumanji is worshipped as Prana Devaru, god of prana. He is the god of life force. So when you know that there is prana because you experience hunger. When you experience hunger, that is because of prana. You experience thirst. Our experience of health, energy, sickness, all this is thirst. All this is a result of prana, life force. So body remains same, but the prana surges up and down like a tide. And that's why in Ayurveda they say you are sick not because so much of the body, you are sick because of the imbalance in the life force. That's why many Ayurvedic medicines, they don't treat they don't just treat the disease of the body. They try to settle the imbalance of the air, imbalance of prana in the body. Especially that Shita Paladi Churna, many of those things, if you are little present and little slow, you can perceive this, how this affects the prana in the body. So, prana keeps the body in action, and the Upanishad says, you are that life. That life force is I. Who am I? First, what did the Upanishad say? You are Annamaya. Annamaya, you are the body. Now the Upanishad says you are Pranamaya. Pranamaya, you're made of prana. That prana is you. Now again the Upanishad says, go deeper. Is this prana changing? What do you think? Yes, sometimes you're energetic, right? Sometimes you are tired. Sometimes you are hungry. Sometimes you are healthy. Sometimes you feel sick. So a lot of change is happening, but you, the person, you are not changing. Are you changing? No. You are the same person who was sick. Now you have become cured. So prana is also drishya, drishyam. But you are the one who is experiencing this change. So you are drishta. You are the one who experiences this change. Prana is also vikari. You are a vikari. Prana is jada, matter in one sense. It's not exactly matter like the body. It's more subtle. But ultimately it's also matter. It's not you. So you cannot be prana. So when we say I am not the body, we should know I am not the Annamaya. I am also not Pranamaya. Everybody is on the same page? First the Upanishad said, you are Annamaya. Then it said, go deeper and understand you are not the body. Now it says, you are the prana. And now it says, you are not prana also. Go deeper. Prana is also an object. It's not you, because you are the one who's experiencing this prana. That means you are beyond both body and the life force. Then who are you? Anyo antaratma manomaya. You are the mind, because you experience different thoughts, emotions, feelings, right? You experience anger, love. Those feelings, that activity that happen at the level of the mind, that is you. Basically, it is a personality. The personality that you are, that is you. And then you say, yes, now I know who I am. Most of us educated people, if you're not in Hare Krishna, if you see most educated people who are not ISKCON, and they're evolved, cultured people, if you ask them, who are you? They will not say, I'm the body. They will also not say, I'm the life force. But they immediately identify themselves with their personality. You've seen all this? Personality profiles, sanguine, choleric, all that phlegmatic, melancholy, dominant, influential, DISC model. There are many, many models, anagram, many personality models are there, many theories are there in the market. And people can connect to it immediately. Many educated people immediately, when you ask them, who are you? Their sense of identity is the personality. Prabhu, I am D and I am melancholy, they can connect to the personality very easily. And that is Manomaya. So, and most of us are stuck at the level of the mind, level of this personality whole life. So this is where many of us get stuck. Now we're getting subtler. Most of us identify ourselves in terms of our thoughts, likes, dislikes, feelings. So this is who I am. I am the mind. And that's where we get stuck. But Taittiriya Upanishad now appeals to you. Wake up, be strong, be thoughtful, go deeper and understand. Are you aware of your thoughts? Are you aware of your feelings? Are you aware of your personality? When you say, I'm happy, you are aware that you are happy. I was shown this here last time. I have this needs and feelings card I carry with me. Many times I do this. Everywhere I carry it. Today I think I didn't get it. It is always in my bag. Today I was showing it to someone and he took it away. So I didn't have it. But tomorrow, next time I'll get it. Simple. So when I have that needs and feelings card, immediately I come to awareness. I understand what I'm feeling. I understand what my needs are. So basically, I want a chocolate, for example. I want an ice cream. When we say that, so that need, that desire, I can separate myself from it. It's not that you instinctively go to the refrigerator and eat something when you are hungry. You as a human being, you have the ability to be aware that you are affected by hunger now. So that means you are not the body, right? I remember as a children, I was never scared of my mom. I think many children, we grew up like that. Because mother's mood swing or anger and behavior was very predictable. Like if she was angry, she would just hit me. But my father was an interesting person. When he was angry, he would talk little softly. And he would, with a lot of clarity, he would say, son, right now I'm very angry with you. I would tremble in fear. Because why? Because he's not expressing his anger. What is he doing? He's explaining his anger. When it's very scary, just think of it. That means he's in control. That means he's aware of his anger and he's going to use his anger. You don't know what's going to come up next. So we have the ability to separate ourselves from our feelings. That means we are not those feelings. We are not Manomaya. We are beyond the mind. So therefore, I can't be the mind. See, just like we said, the body is experienced. Prana is also experienced. Mind is also experienced. So mind is also drishya. Mind is also jada. Mind is also vikari. But I am avikari. I am not the mind. I am different from this. I am the one to whom these thoughts appear, right? I can't be those thoughts. You are the one who gets many thoughts, right? So how can those thoughts be you? See, you get different thoughts, but if those thoughts were you, then you would be called bipolar. Right? We say, I get those thoughts. I'm separate from those thoughts. See, I'm a student of economics when I was in college. So in economics, basic definition was simple thing we were taught. Human desires are infinite. Our desires are unlimited, right? But the resources are finite. And that's how economics is born. So that means the point is, desires are many. That means, how can I be those desires? These desires are the ones that come to me. So these desires are known, these desires are felt. Therefore, I am not the mind. I am not this personality.
Sometimes they can come from outside. New desires.
Yes. Desires can come from outside also. So these desires are not me basically. Yes. Actually, this word personality is derived from the Greek word persona. In the ancient Greece, what they would do, they would have drama. So one person would play many characters. So you would have this mask, and you would keep that mask in front of him now. Now I am the king. So as the king, he would speak dialogue. Then you would keep that mask, take the mask of a beggar, and you would present. For that mask which you would hold, that was called persona. So from that persona came the word personality. So personality is basically a mask that we put on. That's not me. So you are not the mind. Is that clear? So first, what did the scripture say? We are Annamaya, then Anyo Antaratma Pranamaya, then Anyo Antaratma Manomaya. You are the mind. Now we are going deeper into this cave, layers of caves. You are not the body. You are not the prana. You are not the mind. Then who are you? Anyo Antaratma Vijnanamaya. You are the intellect, the intuition, the conscience, the wisdom, the discrimination, the ability to analyze, think, the sense of identity that you get because of this analyzing and thinking. That is I. I am that. So there is a certain kind of certainty. See, there is all of you are right now using your intelligence. I hope you are trying to understand what I am speaking. Some of you are thinking, what is he saying? Till last year, Prabhuji was normal. He was giving proper classes. What is he speaking now? So you are trying to understand, what am I saying? Some of you are not understanding. Some of you are understanding. So what that not understanding and understanding is happening, that is Vijnanamaya. So the scriptures say, that is you. Do you get it? That is I. See now, this is very subtle. So now please don't think that I want to understand it logically. Now you have to, see, there are some things in life you understand by your attempt. You try to understand and you get it. And some things in life, it's not based on, you don't understand by your attempt. It's understanding comes to you. I don't know if I can explain it better than this. Sometimes you try to understand, sometimes understanding comes to you. Like you lost an umbrella and you are trying to understand, where is my umbrella, where is my umbrella, I don't get it. And then one day after 3 days you are sitting somewhere and suddenly you remember, I had kept my umbrella there. It happened like that. It has come to you. So similarly, it's easy to understand I am not the body, I am not life force, I am not mind, but I am not my intellect. So now you have to slow down. Don't try to understand it with your, see, generally jnana means, knowledge means to understand with our 5 senses, right? But there are some things which is Vishesha Jnana, which we don't understand by these 5 senses, which is we understand from some other source. And that is Vishesha Jnana, that is Vijnana, that is Vijnanamaya, when we understand deeper. So therefore, we all have that ability in us. That's why sometimes you intuitively know something you should do, not do. You feel like that, I should not have said this, I should say this, I should do this. So that conscience, that is you. That's what the scripture is saying. Anyo Antaratma Vijnanamaya. So, now again Upanishad says the same thing. Wait, are you aware of your intellect? Same logic. Are you not aware of your intelligence? Like when you say, I understand Prabhuji, that means you are aware. When you say, I don't understand, that means you are aware. So that means what? That means your intellect also becomes an object. You are not, just when you say, I am not the body, you can also say, I am not life force, I am not the mind, and also I am not the intelligence. But please understand, this intellect, Vijnanamaya, is very subtle and it is very, very closer to the real I. You are almost there. You are almost there. It's very, very close. It's an object, but it is shining in the light of the consciousness. It's like it's shining because of the soul. It's very, very close to the soul. Is this clear? You're almost there. See, in a school you understood so many things, right? Did you understand calculus in school? Trigonometry? tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. I didn't know that when I was 10 years old. Then I knew it when I was 15. Now again I've forgotten what it is. So many things we understand, we don't understand, we forget, we learn. So that means intellect can also keep changing. It's a changing object. But I am a witnessing, unchanging witness of my intellect. Therefore again the same logic. Drishya, Drishta. Intellect is Drishya, I am Drishta. Intellect is Vikari, it keeps changing, I am a Vikari. Intellect is Jada, I am Chetan. But it is shining in the light of Atma, it is shining in the light of soul. So therefore it is more conscious. See, intellect is more conscious than this dead matter, body. Therefore it is, we can't say it is the same, but at the same time it is the same. So you are not the intellect, then who am I? Anyo Antaratma Anandamaya, you are the bliss. Anybody experienced bliss here? We have experienced? That bliss is you. Okay, anybody experienced deep sleep? Ever? Deep sleep, not dream wala sleep. See, that is different. Nowadays we just get tired, we lie down, get up in the morning. When we were children, we got deep sleep. Right? So basically, I'm talking about dreamless sleep. Blank, when you are completely blank. There is no intellect there. That is beyond Vijnanamaya. Intellect is shut. There is no feeling that you are sleeping. You are completely fast asleep. So that is you. That experience, that complete transcending the intellect. Intellect pura shut ho gaya, Vijnanamaya bhi nahi hoga. That experience is you. That is what Upanishad says. But again, something is tricky here. Because who is that? Or what is that which says, I slept peacefully at night? Somebody's like when you say, Prabhuji, I slept peacefully without any disturbance. Is it? Who was that? I did not know anything, Prabhuji. Last night I slept, I was so peaceful, I did not know anything. Well, this not knowing is also kind of knowing. Right? Are you getting what I'm saying? When you say, I did not know anything, I was deep asleep. Acha, that is Anandamaya, completely transcended everything. But now you are able to say that I did not know anything. See, something was there. Something was there. Something was alive. Something was shining. Something was illuminating. If it was not there, you would have said, I went to sleep and I woke up. But the fact that you knew that you were in deep sleep means something was shining even as you were in deep sleep. So that means there is something even in deep sleep that we experienced as blankness, restfulness, satisfaction. And there is something then that wakes up and says, I slept peacefully. Kuch to hai, koi to hai. And that is Ananda, that experience, that is deep realization. That is the closest to Atma, but that is not Atma, because you are the one who experienced it. You are not that came to you. Like chocolate ice cream. It's a bad example to give in ISKCON. But, somebody likes chocolate ice cream and he's like, that feeling, that taste, that has percolated from Anandamaya. That is like deep bliss. But there is somebody who's experienced that Ananda. So you are not that sheath, that layer also. So food is Annamaya, life is Pranamaya, the mind is personality, Manomaya, and the intellect is Vijnanamaya. Jai Radha Nil Madhav Bhagwan ki Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki Jai Gaur Nitai ki Jai Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki Jai. And that is Vijnanamaya, and then deep bliss is Anandamaya. Now the Upanishad says, okay, now I understood I am not this five, then who am I? Tell me. Ho gaya na? If we have gone through all the 5 layers, now who am I? Simple question. Now the Upanishad is quiet. Nothing to say. I don't know if you've seen this Russian doll. There are 7 layers. You keep removing, it's the same doll inside. Yeah, it's the same doll inside. So like that, you have removed the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, end mein there is nothing. You think, Arey, abhi kya hai? Why is the Upanishad quiet? Tell me, where is the soul? What is the soul? I've negated all the 5 sheets. And now, okay, I want to see the soul. Tell me. I've gone through all the 5 caves. Now, tell me, where is the soul? I can't see it. Arey, Upanishad, batao, kidhar hai? Tell me a shloka. So when, that's why Buddhist people, they say there is no soul because of this, because they don't find after the 5 sheets, there is no verse saying this is you. But there is a I. The Upanishads want to tell us that the soul is beyond this 5. And unfortunately, our problem is we think soul is also an object. We think soul is an object. I want to see the soul. Arey, soul kya hai? Arey, soul, arey, ho gaya na? I'm not Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Okay, then where is the soul? Tell me. Arey, Baba, you are that soul. No, I want to see. Our problem is we don't realize soul is subject. We are brainwashed to think soul is an object. Prabhuji, I understand the soul. I know the soul, Prabhuji. Well, you don't know the soul. If I say I know the soul, do I know the soul? Because that means you are saying, I know the kartal. That means you are different from the kartal. That means if you know the soul, that means you are different from the soul. Then who are you? That is why the Upanishad doesn't say anything after this 5. You are not this 5. Then who are you? You are the one who is experiencing these 5 layers. Vidyaranya Tirtha gives a nice example. Childish example, but very, very logical, simple example. So there were these 10 people who went to swim, who went to cross the river. 10 sadhus, simple sadhus. And they said, oh, we are 10 of us. We have to cross this river. Let us be very careful. Very, very high tide, very lot of river water. So they crossed the river. They reached the bank. They said, oh, we were 10 of us when we entered the river. Everybody has come back safely. Let us count. You count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we were 10 of us, now only 9 are there. Other fellow said, wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, one person has drowned. We were 10 of us, now only 9. So everybody counted and kept lamenting. Oh, one person has drowned. Alas, alas. And then Vidyaranya Tirtha comes there. Sadhu comes there. He says, what happened? They're all lamenting. Okay, I will help you. You start counting. So he starts counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Vidyaranya Tirtha holds his hand, takes his finger and points it to him. Dashamas tvam asi. The 10th one is you. Oh, I am that. Okay, second one, you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dashamas tvam asi. You are the 10th. So like that, all 10 of them, yes, now 10 people are there. So what we have done? You are not Annamaya, you are not Pranamaya, you are not Manomaya, you are not Vijnanamaya, you are not Anandamaya. Then who am I? Where am I? You are that one who is experiencing this 5. So this is the way we have to understand. That's why Srila Prabhupada in the initial, I read Prabhupada's BTG articles before ISKCON was established. Many times he said, Tattvam Asi ends with that. You are that. That's a Vedic aphorism. So when you say, I experience these 5 sheets, that means you are the one who is experiencing, you are the soul. But if you say, I want to know the soul, that means you are considering soul as an object. Soul is not outside there that you have to see and you have to search. Soul is you, I. Our mistake, unfortunately, our mistake is all of us do this. We are looking for an object of knowledge outside of ourselves. Always we are thinking, kahin bahar hai, kahin bahar hai. Prabhupada said so many times, I don't know if you know this, Krishna consciousness is not foreign. Have you heard Prabhupada say this? It is something which is within. So many times Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is not foreign, it is within. And so many examples Prabhupada gave, that water falling, rainwater falling from the sky, and we filtering it, is that, and then all the things are removed, and that original rainwater is revealed. Similarly, Krishna consciousness process, Prabhupada said, is like removing all the impurities from the heart. It is not creating something new. Prabhupada said so many times, we are not giving anything new. You see so many introduction to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, This is the natural condition of the soul. But right now, contamination is there and it has to be removed. It's removing all the negativity, removing all the material contamination. So, Rupa Goswami gives an example that walking is natural to the child. So when the child learns to walk, it appears to be as if he is learning something external, but eventually walking is natural. Similarly, Krishna consciousness, Rupa Goswami says, is natural for us, but right now it appears to be as if we are taking it from outside. But ultimately it's within. It's not externally acquired. For us, field of knowledge is divided into two areas. Something that you know and something that you don't know, right? All of you know something and something you don't know. But field of knowledge has not known and unknown, place, friends, people, you know and you unknown. But there is a third item in field of knowledge. What is that? Knower. So that is I, that is you. And knower is apart from both. So like that, Atma, that the soul is not object, it is a subject of knowledge. So now you say, okay, I want to know the soul. Arey Baba, you cannot know the soul through external things. It is like saying, I'll give a simple example. How do you make milk sweet? You want to make milk sweet. What will you do? Boil se sweet ho jayega. Add sugar, right? So that means to know, see, just like to make milk sweet, you add sugar. Similarly, to know something, you have to add consciousness. Like, I don't know anything about the microphone. So to know this, I have to add consciousness. I have to understand. But if I say, okay, how to make milk sweet? Add sugar. Prabhuji, how to make sugar sweet? What will you say? How to make sugar sweet? Arey, sugar is sweet. Prabhupada said, no, soul is, what example Prabhupada said? Chili is thika, water is liquid, sugar is sweet. Prabhupada gave this example. So, this is the example Prabhupada gave. So, sugar is sweet. You can't make sugar, you can't add sugar to sugar. You can't add consciousness to, Prabhuji, I want to understand the soul. Arey Baba, aap soul hai. Please, this is very, very deep point. हम लोग ना object, we have always treated soul as an object. That's why we are suffering. That's why we are struggling with balance always. First, we have to know that I am none of this. I am not the body, means I am not Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So you will say it's a foolish question, Prabhuji, how to make sugar sweet. Sugar is inherently sweet. Similarly, you are so prakasha, you are soul, you are self-illuminating. In every act of knowledge, the soul is revealed. So you don't have to say, Prabhu, I would see, let's say the world there is no mirror. Now, in a world where there are no mirrors, and I want to see my eyes. How can I see my eyes? The fact that I am seeing the world outside of me, that means I have eyes. You don't have to see the eyes to realize that you have eyes. Similarly, I am soul is revealed in the fact that you are present, you are alive, you are trying to understand what I am saying. और क्या? इसमें और कुछ जानने की जरूरत नहीं है. See, it's very shameful if I say, Prabhu, Mataji's last 1.5 hours you are listening to me, but I want to tell you something. I don't have a tongue. You say what? Because I can't see my tongue. But the fact that you are talking, you will say the fact that you are talking means you have a tongue. So if I say I don't have a tongue, that means I am lying. Right? So this is basically, I'm just fast forwarding now. So the essence of what I'm saying is, the soul is beyond body, life, force, mind, intellect, and bliss. The soul is you, I, and you don't have to go any deeper. Ultimately, the fact that you are living your life means you are the soul. Now take care of these 5 sheaths and eventually transcend these 5. When you say I'm not the body, you have to say, like for example, sometimes you say, I'm very hungry. That means your pranamaya is disturbed. So you can say, you can know which of the 5 koshas are affected. You are very angry. Prabhu, my manomaya is disturbed. So you are none of these 5. But you don't have to go any deeper to understand the soul. It's like, it's like saying, this is wooden table. Wooden table. If I say, now go deep into this table and you will realize there is wood. No. The fact that this table is wood. You can't say, go deep into that wave and you will see water. No, that wave is water. So you don't have to go deep beyond all these koshas to realize the soul. No, the fact that you have the body, you have the life air, you have the mind, you have the intellect, you are experiencing bliss means you are the soul. So, therefore, you can experience it all the time. Like, for example, hand, what you're seeing, this is Annamaya, right? Now, I'm able to move up and down. Why I'm able to move up and down? Because of Pranamaya. You see, this hand is Annamaya, body. And this is happening because of Pranamaya, life air. Now, I have the thought, let me lift my hand. That desire to lift the hand, that is Manomaya. I am lifting the hand, that is Vijnanamaya. And somebody met with an accident and is in plaster, and after 5 weeks the plaster is removed and he lifts his hand. What he experiences? Anandamaya. So all the 5 Shis we can experience, right? So just like, you don't have to go deep within a table to discover wood. You don't have to go deep within a clay pot to discover clay. You don't have to go deep within a wave to discover water. You don't have to go deep within the body and mind and all this to discover the soul, because you are the soul who is self-situated. So Prakasha, the fact that you have these layers means you are the soul. So when you, as a mature individual, you take care of your Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya, then you are in balance. And the next class, day after tomorrow, we are going to discuss some few things that we could do to take care of these 5 sheets on a daily basis. And you will see that your life is in balance. You will see that you are peaceful, you are happy all the time. Otherwise, always you will be disturbed. The fact that you are disturbed means one of the koshas is in imbalance. Many of our ISKCON devotees, my humble opinion in my last 25 years of service, I'm very, very small person, but I can see Pranamaya kosha is very disturbed. That's a very insecurity, fear, always fearful. Oh, he's deviating, he's saying wrong. Where is Prabhupada said this? What is it? Always fearful, defensive, insecurity, envy is all springing from a very disturbed prana. And Manomaya kosha and Pranamaya kosha is very disturbed. So if we just take care of this and do some basic things, we'll discuss in the second session, which is going to be very practical. I request you to get your pen and paper if you can, and if you can send a message to whoever is attending offline, and those are attending online also, because we will do some exercises by which you can realize you are not Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya, and you can be situated on the level of the soul. Isn't it wonderful? We have understood I am not the body today. Imagine now in the next session you are going to understand I am the soul. You are going to actually experience the soul, in the sense you will experience you are not this body. And in that state, when you connect with Radha Neel Madhav, that exchange is spiritual. Right now, our exchanges of bhakti is at the level of the koshas. That's why we are not experiencing the real Satchidananda bliss of the soul. And I don't know if I'm getting very abstract. Please come on Sunday. We will do some exercises and you will be able to separate yourself from these 5 koshas and see how these 5 koshas are not you. And then you will learn how to balance these 5 koshas and lead a very happy, integrated spiritual life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Question lena hai? It's 8:45. Are you sure?
Few questions.
Okay, whatever you say. I think there will be a lot of questions in the second session, because there we will be discussing how to actually apply this. अभी theory है ना, theory में इतना question क्या है? फिर भी इनको कुछ बोलना है.
There could have been multiple directions you could have taken. There was multiple directions they could have taken it, like not body to the other kosas. Like why they chosen the second one being the prana? Like the transition from Annamaya to Pranamaya kosa that's not very clear to me how they arrived. Like that may be the most optimum way of looking or reason about.
For me, it's the most logical because what is inside this body? Blood. You remove this, what do you find? अंदर क्या है सब खून है blood. And how is the blood flowing? How are things happening inside the body? Because of life force. Immediately after the body is prana. Prana is subtler than body, but mind is subtler than prana, and Vijnana is even subtler than mana, mind, and Ananda is even more, what to say, Sukshma. This is Thula, gross, so it's progressively going deeper.
Part of the body itself.
What?
Like the blood and all that.
It's part of the body only. Yes. But it's the oxygen is supplied because of prana, which you can't see. It's part of body only. That's what we are saying. No? The whole class we said this. Even Anandamaya is Jada only ultimately. Because it's not you. You are experiencing that. It's closest to the soul. But we are going from gross to subtle. It is body. But it is subtler than body. This you can see, right? Prana you cannot see, but you can feel it. Okay, simple example. How prana is a logical step to body. This you can see and experience. Prana you cannot see, but if you just take 5 seconds, when I say start, you will do this. Sit straight. Not now. When I say start, what you will do? You will inhale and exhale slowly. To the count of 4, you will inhale and then exhale to the count of 4. Very softly. Not stiff. Slowly, you sit with grace, and when you inhale and exhale, just listen to the sound of that inhaling and exhaling breath. Can you do that? It's very soft sound. Only you will be able to hear. Like for example, right now you can hear. You heard my inhaling and exhaling because of the microphone amplifying it. Similarly, when you are alone, do that for 5 seconds and then I'll come back to you. Ready? Start. Did you hear the sound of the breath? You can open your eyes. Did you hear the sound of the breath? Did you? No? That means you are right now fixed in the Annamaya. You need to slow down your life. You need to slow down your mind. Spend some time every day. Inhaling and exhaling. If you can't hear your breath, that means your mind is not here. You are not present. But there is this breath. So the fact that you can hear it means it is an object. It is drishya. You are separate from that. That is helping the whole energy flow in the body. That is pranamaya. Body is seen. Prana is heard, felt. Manamaya is, when you separate yourself from your feelings and needs, you can feel your mind, you can feel your thoughts. So like that you go deeper slowly. Okay? Yes.
The soul, which is beyond these 5 coverings, it seems that if you strip off all these 5 things, what is left? Does it have any attributes? Does it have any qualities? Does the soul experience bliss? Does the soul experience thoughts and feelings when free from these 5 things?
100%. That's the whole Bhakti Yoga process. The whole Bhakti Yoga is that. Nectar of Devotion, part 2, part 3, it's all that. That's where we want, Prabhupada wants us to, Prabhupada is inviting us. See, there is this island we are in, okay? Let's call this island as the island of body, mind, intelligence, ego, matter. And there is the island of the spiritual world. It's an invitation to that space. And right now we are in this island. Look at my left side. This is where we are, matter. And we are analyzing the world of the spiritual world. We are analyzing that entire dimension based on my mind, intelligence and ego, which is all matter, jada. Even when I'm praying to Krishna, it's not me praying. It's not my voice. When I say, Krishna, I love you, many times, who is saying that? This whole mind, intelligence, ego combination, which I call it as mind, for simplifying. It's the mind talking. That's why I don't feel love when I say, I love you, Krishna. Because my mind, when I say, Krishna, I'm fallen, Krishna, I'm lusty. It's not me saying, it's the mind saying. Why? Because the same mind will desire an object to enjoy later. The same mind which told Krishna. So it's not my voice. When it's my voice, when I tell Krishna I'm lusty, Krishna I'm a pig, I'm a greedy pig, I'm fallen, I will be blissful. But you see many devotees, when they say they are fallen, they are miserable, they condemn themselves, they are in depression. Just last week, one devotee I've known for 25 years, he committed suicide. Devastating. I'm reading his email, we were corresponding something, and then I get a WhatsApp message, he's committed suicide. I'm saying, what? And I see the timing, he sent me an email in the night, and next morning he's committed suicide. So that means even my prayers is all at the level of the mind. I'm disconnected. Because if I'm at the level of the soul, and if I'm saying Krishna, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Gopinath, Amito Kamera Dasa, Vishaya Vasana, Jagi Cherudoye, Fadiche Karama Fasa, Gopinath, I'm lusty, I'm fallen. When he says that, he's in ecstasy, he's feeling embraced by Krishna. When we say that, it's a mind saying, and then the same mind desires the object to enjoy. The mind becomes a thief, same mind becomes a policeman. And then again the mind becomes a thief. So we are not even praying to Krishna. It's not my voice, it's the mind's voice. So this seminar is all to train us how to recognize this voice of Manas, Buddhi, Ahankar, Chitta composite called as mind, and then separate ourselves from it, and then discover my voice. And in that voice, when I turn to Krishna and say, Krishna, I love you, Krishna, I'm fallen. Krishna also tells us you are fallen. And we also tell Krishna, I'm fallen. When Krishna tells you, you are fallen, you are fallen. You are an idiot. There in that voice, when we hear that voice of Krishna, that you are fallen, you are bad, you are very happy. But right now, we are not hearing Krishna's voice when we say, when we hear that, you are fallen. It's a mind. That's why we are not happy when we realize that I am fallen. Actual success in Krishna consciousness is when you make peace with all your anarthas. And then in that state, when you say I'm fallen, it's like a private chamber, what a lover and beloved talk. It's very intimate. And we have put it in the public forum, Kaviraj Goswami, what Mahaprabhu is crying in Gambhira, he has put it on it's a lover and beloved's talk in the private chamber is put on internet for everybody to see. That's what Mahaprabhu's Gambhira pastimes are. So we are right now very disconnected. That's why the soul has attributes. They're all activities of the soul. Loving relationships. So Rupa Goswami has given us whole treatise, everything. And we unfortunately are analyzing at the level of the mind. And that is why we have so many conflicts in the ISKCON movement. We are seeing pure devotional stuff from a material point of view. Are you getting what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Therefore, it's very important for devotees to understand Panchakosha and separate ourselves from our insecurities, fears. Especially from Pranamaya and Manomaya, we need to separate ourselves. Otherwise, we'll create havoc in the devotional community. Like one of my very close friends, he got a letter, a threat from another group of devotees. Because they said, you're deviating and all that. And he said, no, but GBC says I'm doing good. They said, no, but you're a deviant. The letter begins like this: Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. And then you are deviating, blah, blah, blah. And right now you're in America, stay in America. If you come to India, that could be the last day of your life. That kind of letter. And the letter ends with, aspiring to be your servant, Dasosmi. What is this? Classic case of Manomaya and Pranamaya being not in order. They are not taken care. Insecurity is a result of disturbed Pranamaya kosha. Envy is springing from there. And in that space, we are analyzing devotional scriptures and understanding the soul's attributes. क्या समझेगा उसको? इसीलिए पंचकोशा is a compulsory. We have to separate ourselves from this 5 kosha and understand I'm not the body. Is that okay, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. We'll end now, or should we take one last correction and want to, or take it day after tomorrow? ठीक है. अच्छा आपका है.
Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Definitely, you set the stage for upcoming classes to be eager. Your statement about making peace with our anarthas really caught my attention. So, is this something you'll be covering in Sunday's class, or?
Not sure I'll cover it on Sunday because I just spontaneously said it. What I meant was some things we try to change in our life as we do bhakti. There comes a time when you look into the mirror and you realize this is what you will ever be. There comes a time when you look into the mirror and say, बस अभी इससे ज़्यादा improvement नहीं होगा, इतना ही होगा. That time what you do? Either you accept it. Some people accept it. Some people kill themselves. And some people stop looking at the mirror. So as sadhakas, we need to make, Radha Gopinath Prabhu, my senior and my mentor, he said a very beautiful statement when we were discussing about our anarthas in the ashram. Many years ago, he said, Prabhu, if there is something you cannot change after years of bhakti, then maybe it's not something that needs to be changed. Maybe it is a truth that you need to accept. So many of us have difficulty accepting the truth. So what happens when we are sincerely practicing developing the Panchakosha or taking care of the 5 koshas is that we come to a stage where we are able to separate ourselves from all these 5 layers. And then at the level of soul, when I tell Krishna, Krishna, I'm yours, this is what I have. See, ultimately we have to offer Krishna what we have. We can't offer Krishna what we don't have. But Janivas Prabhu said a beautiful statement once. He said, you're not a pure devotee, so what's the problem? You can offer what you have right now to Krishna. Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. We are Vatsa. So cow, when the calf is born, the cow licks the calf. All the blood and all the things on the calf's body, the cow licks it away. So whoever we are, wherever we are, if we come to Krishna, Krishna, Nil, Madhav, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, this is who I am. I'm yours. And then Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. He'll lick away all our anarthas, all the disqualifications we have, like a merciful cow. So we don't know how to come to Krishna and feel loved. We only know how to condemn ourselves. My heart is devastated to see. In March, one very big leader, devotee leader, Mataji, who has cultivated hundreds of devotees in South India, I was going to their place, and 3 weeks before I was going, I was told she committed suicide. Last year, one devotee, Mataji from Gujarat, a very big leader, who has made hundreds of people devotees. In fact, this year, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj gave initiations to 1,200 people. There are 5 people who got initiation because they were preached to by her. She's from Gujarat. She committed suicide last year. So this is like so painful. And why this is happening? Because devotees are unable to accept, unable to offer what they have to Krishna. They want to offer something they don't have. They want to become a pure devotee and then offer to Krishna. Wherever we are right now, it's important to feel loved by Krishna. Krishna is not waiting for you to become a pure devotee and then accept your offering. Krishna wants you to come to him now and say, Krishna, I am yours. So because we are ignoring the 5 koshas, we are not understanding that I am not this 5, but we are operating on the level of these 5 koshas. That is why we are suffering. So that's what I meant by making peace. That doesn't mean we become shameless. Another extreme. Prabhu, I'm honest. I'm an honest devotee, Prabhu. I can't chant Hare Krishna. See, I'm so honest. That's not honesty, that is shameless. So honesty means, what I meant was, honesty means to know where you are, but not remain where you are. I'll repeat. Honesty means to know where you are, but not remain where you are. Shameless means to know where you are and remain where you are. So we want to be, when I say make peace with our anarthas, it meant come to Krishna at wherever. Oh, Chaitanya Prabhu says beautifully, at your place, at your pace, from your place, access Krishna's grace. That's a beautiful statement. I wrote to him recently. I forgot the quote now, but yeah, at your pace, from your place, attract Krishna's grace. So like that. So we need to experience Krishna's love. That is the main message of this seminar. You don't have to wait to become a pure devotee. So many grihasthas I've seen universally, all my travels. The most common thing amongst all grihasthas, from Nairobi to Los Angeles to South Africa, everywhere you go, India, and inadequacy is the most. I'm fallen, I'm useless. But are you happy in feeling fallen? No. Then don't say you are fallen. If you are happy, then great. Develop your Vijnanamaya Kosha. Develop a sense of certainty, you see most advanced devotees I've seen, I don't want to take names, I've seen my own temple president, I've seen my own Guru Maharaj. Yeah, you may say I'm fallen and all that, but such a certain sense of confidence and certainty in what they are doing. They know what they are doing. I have not seen two of my very worshipable seniors, last 25 years I'm staying with them, I have not seen them do anything that they don't want to do. You will say, but they are surrendered, we have to be surrendered. Yeah. Basically, they have taken responsibility for whatever they do. They have never blamed anyone for it. The fact that we so-called surrender and then we blame, that means you have not taken responsibility for it. When you have a developed Vijnanamaya Kosha, you take responsibility for what you do. You will never blame anyone. I have seen my Guru Maharaj never blame. He went through a lot of injustice and a lot of challenges when he was serving as a brahmachari in one project under one leader. And I was thinking, not even once he has said anything negative about anything he's gone through, because his Vijnanamaya Kosha is developed. He's evolved. There is a certain sense of certainty, confidence. What we do, no, I'm fallen, Prabhuji, whatever you say. Inside we are seething with anger. So develop the koshas, have a peaceful mind, develop a certain sense of certainty. So we'll discuss we'll do some exercises, how to develop the pancha koshas. So you get your paper and pen, and for Manomaya Kosha, we'll do some writing exercises. And then in 1.5 hours, hopefully we'll have some tools, some skill sets. But that will be very difficult to apply and understand if you don't know the theory. So I was hoping whoever is present on Sunday also has heard the first theory session. So I don't know if you can communicate accordingly to someone. Yeah. Okay, fine. So thank you very much. It's 9 past. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'll keep it short. His Grace Vraja Bihari Prabhu doesn't need an introduction. And we're very fortunate that he is here with us for a few days, and he will be enlightening all of us on this Panchakosha. If you all feel that, I'm going to say, as Prabhu said, as we come to ISKCON, the very first statement, we are all made to realize that we are not the body, or at least not made to realize, but at least come to know from a standpoint that we are not this body, we are also. But how many of you really feel that today, how Prabhu went through all the 5 layers and made us realize that how we are not the body? If you really like it, please say Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Also, as you know, Prabhu has more than 25 years of staying in the Brahmacharya ashram, and guiding so many devotees all over the world, counseling the grahasthas. He's also the author. He has already written 4 books before this, and right now, this book was recently launched, The Inner Journey. And on this topic, we have a mantra house session tomorrow. If you need more information, this is especially for newcomers. So if you want to invite any of you who are just in the preliminary stage of Krishna consciousness or trying to explore their life, this is the session today to do that morning. So we will resume tomorrow, Sunday at Sunday love is Sunday evening. Till then, Hare Krishna.
Also, this book is the most defining book I've ever written. In the sense, I've put whatever my heartfelt understanding of Krishna consciousness in this book. So, if it will help you, I'll consider my life success. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have very limited copies of this book. This is for $10, and Madhavi Kishori Mataji is there in the bookshop or in the gift shop, and there are also other books of Prabhu, the Cricket in the Monastery, Mind Your Mind. So if you want to grab a copy, Prabhu can sign on at least on Sunday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, bro. Hare. How are you, Prabhu? So happy to see you.
Very happy to see you.